Let's go Browns! Right now, behind the scenes, deals are being explored, options are being evaluated, and sources say Cleveland is right in the middle of it. With the trade deadline approaching, the front office isn't sitting idly by, they're quietly setting the stage for what could be one of the most crucial moments of the season. The next few days, it's not just rumors, it's about opportunity, leverage, and timing. And the Browns could be ready to pounce. Hit the like button if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan and let us know in the comments, what kind of move do you think could change everything for this team? Because time is ticking, and something big could be coming. Well, let's get right to it. According to Diana Rossini of The Athletic and Ian Rappaport, Tennessee is fully open to negotiations, sparking rumors that could shake up Cleveland's roster once again. The Titans are reportedly open to trading any player on their roster except quarterback Cam Ward and defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons. This sets the stage for a potential move that could address one of Cleveland's most pressing needs, a nickel cornerback. Roger McCreary is attracting interest from across the NFL, and he checks all the boxes for what the Browns need right now. With Denzel Ward and Tyson Campbell securing the CB1 and CB2 positions, the third cornerback position has become a revolving door. Miles Harden, Cameron Mitchell, and others have passed through, but no one has taken advantage. McCreary, a 6'1", 185-pound Auburn native, is a physical cornerback with grit and excels in man coverage, a perfect fit for Jim Schwartz's preferred scheme. And while Cleveland experimented with more zones last week than ever before under Schwartz, McCreary's style and production still make him a great option. This isn't just hypothetical. McCreary tied for the most tackles for loss among all NFL defensive backs in 2024 with 12, yes, 12, showing he's not just sticky in coverage, but dangerous near the line of scrimmage. It's eerily similar to the physical profile and impact of Tyson Campbell, and the Titans already proved they're open to low-cost moves. They recently sent cornerback Jarvis Brownlee Jr. to the Jets for just a 6th to 7th round pick swap. And Brownlee's numbers are right there with McCreary's, similar tackles, pass breakups, even a forced fumble this season. So why wouldn't Cleveland offer the same deal? A 6th rounder from McCreary and a 7th rounder back from Tennessee seems like a no-brainer. If Barry can pull it off, it's not just a smart move, it's a steal. Adding a third corner with McCreary's upside on a cheap contract could solidify the Browns secondary as one of the league's most formidable units. It's these types of under-the-radar transactions that take a good team and make it great. The Titans want picks, and Cleveland's got them. So what's stopping this from happening? Browns fans, would you make this deal? Is this the move that puts our defense over the top? But the conversation doesn't stop at McCreary. Cleveland's front office has been poking around other opportunities, and it's not all about defense. Wide receiver has been a point of frustration all season, and the Browns have been rumored to be sniffing around names like Jalen Waddle and A.J. Brown. Rappaport reports that teams have called the Dolphins about Waddle, but Miami insists he's not for sale. Same story in Philadelphia, where the Eagles have taken calls on A.J. Brown, but aren't willing to move him, yet. Still, this isn't just smoke. Browns insiders have pointed out that calls were made earlier in the season about Brown, possibly even proposing a blockbuster swap involving Denzel Ward. And just as this speculation started to cool, A.J. Brown stirred it up again with an Instagram post saying, "Using me, but not using me." Classic wide receiver cryptic frustration. And in this league, that kind of post usually signals something is brewing behind the scenes. Philadelphia may be saying they're not moving him now, but they're also actively shopping for help at edge rusher and cornerback. Ward, a top 3 corner in the league, would be a massive addition for the Eagles, especially if they feel their current secondary isn't strong enough for another title run. The Browns are in a rare position to consider something this bold. They're buyers and sellers. They already moved on from Joe Flacco, brought in Cam Robinson, and swapped corners by sending Greg Newsome to Jacksonville and getting Tyson Campbell back. Every trade model imaginable has already played out in Berea. So if there's a team out there willing to take the risk, it's Cleveland. Jacoby Myers might not have the flash of A.J. Brown, but don't underestimate the impact he could have in Cleveland. The Raiders receiver is experienced, versatile, and currently stuck on a team with zero direction. Reports say Vegas hasn't been making outgoing calls, but that's typical leverage play when they're trying to stir up a bidding war. Myers is in the final year of his deal, requested a trade back in August, and has been waiting in limbo ever since. And here's the kicker, he's still producing despite the dysfunction in Vegas. That kind of consistency is exactly what the Browns offense needs. Cleveland could get him for a 4th-round pick. That's nothing compared to the upside. And with the cap space the Browns now have, they wouldn't be renting him, they could extend him and lock him into the system. This is the kind of savvy, mid-tier deal that championship teams make. The front office has the room, the roster has the need, and Jacoby has made it clear, he's ready for a fresh start. So why not Cleveland? But wait, the receiver list doesn't end there. The Saints have reportedly been approached about Chris Olave, but according to Diana Rossini, New Orleans is working on a long-term extension with the former Ohio State standout. That doesn't mean a deal is impossible, but it likely makes the asking price too high for Berry to pursue unless the Saints change their stance. Still, the Ohio State pipeline has paid major dividends for the Browns. Olave would be a dream fit, especially considering his chemistry with local fans and his clean route running ability. He has dealt with some minor injuries, but his upside remains elite. If there's even a crack in the door, the Browns should at least try to walk through it. Meanwhile, there's another player on the radar, Jerome Ford. The Browns running back, who has flashed this season, could also be used as trade bait. The Chargers are reportedly in the market for running back help, and with Cleveland's depth at the position, it makes sense. A 6th or 7th round pick for Ford wouldn't be a loss. It would be another example of flipping depth into draft capital. Especially with players like Quentin Judkins and Dylan Sampson stepping up in the backfield, Ford could be the odd man out. If the Chargers, or anyone else, are willing to deal, the Browns would be smart to listen. And speaking of Judkins, let's talk about the incredible return Cleveland got from the Jaguars earlier this year. Everyone remembers the Travis Hunter trade. Back then, the consensus was Cleveland made a mistake by not drafting Hunter with the number 2 pick. Now, it looks like highway robbery. Instead of one high-profile, two-way player, the Browns walked away with a war chest, Mason Graham, Quentin Judkins, Dylan Sampson, and the Jaguars' first-round pick. Judkins has emerged as the brightest star on offense, Graham is holding down the trenches, and Sampson is contributing real value. That's not just a good trade, it's a franchise-defining haul. Even more impressive, Cleveland went back to that same well for another win. The Greg Newsome for Tyson Campbell deal is aging like fine wine. Campbell's performance against Miami? Perfection. 30 coverage snaps, 0 receptions allowed, and a game-saving tackle on Devin Achane that prevented a touchdown. His speed, discipline, and football IQ are off the charts. Since arriving in Cleveland, Campbell has been exactly what this secondary needed, a reliable, fast, aggressive corner who isn't afraid to get physical. In every way, that deal is looking like a home run. And that's what makes the idea of continuing to trade with Jacksonville so tempting. The Browns have already proven they can fleece the Jags. Twice. Why not go for 3? According to Diana Rossini, Jacksonville is looking to be active again before the deadline, and they're shopping for defensive help. Guess what Cleveland has? One of the deepest D-lines in the NFL. Even Adam Schefter has mentioned that Shelby Harris could be on the move. If the Jags are buying and we've got quality defenders to spare, Andrew Berry should be on the phone right now. So what's the takeaway from all of this? Cleveland is right in the mix. They're not just reacting to rumors, they're making them. This isn't the same old Browns sitting idle while the rest of the league makes moves. This is a team with vision, with resources, and with the guts to shake things up before the deadline. Whether it's bringing in a physical nickel corner like Roger McCreary, pulling off a headline-grabbing deal for A.J. Brown, or snagging a smart rental in Jacoby Myers, every option is on the table. They've got the cap space. They've got the draft capital. They've got the urgency. The AFC North is wide open, and 1 or 2 moves could be the difference between contending and collapsing. Browns fans, this is the most exciting trade window we've seen in years, and it's not over yet. So stay locked in, because Andrew Berry just might be gearing up for something big. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and click the video that's on the screen now for more Browns trade updates and analysis. All the breaking news, all the insider scoops, you're only going to get it right here.